good, but I'm gonna ask you about musicians in Russia, especially in Moscow. Okay, you pick one, you drop one.
Okay.
Okay, are you ready?
I am.
Okay, Aeronautic and Genesis. Who is going? And who is remaining?
I'd pick Genesis.
So Aeronautic is going.
It's going. Yeah.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on which country you are watching me from. My name is Innocent BWALYA, and today I have a very interesting guest, and I believe, just like last time, this is going to be a very, very interesting conversation. My guy, how are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good. My audience would like to know your name and where you are coming from.
All right. My name is Blessings. I come from the Copperbelt in Chingola.
Okay, in Chingola. Wow. I've heard a lot of things about Chingola. So, like, how can you describe life in Chingola?
All right. So I'll talk about Chingola as a whole.
Yeah.
Growing up there, life is really hard. You know, if you're a young person,
Yeah.
there are like hard ways to find money. You know, and usually a lot of people, a lot of young people, don't go to school. They decide to go to the pits. We have like a place, you know, like it's an underground,
Yeah.
like an open pit rather, where people go there to work and make money. But it's a tough life, you know, because a lot of people lose their lives. And yeah.
Yeah, it's like where I'm coming from, because I'm coming from Lusaka, by the way. But to be specific, I'm coming from Bowling. That is where I was raised, and I did my primary education there. Then later I had to move to Nyumbanga Secondary, where I did my primary and also my secondary education. But just like you said, like the society there, you find that a lot of people prefer to start working at a younger age or to start doing something else. I've heard that if you are not working in the mines in the Copperbelt, or you're not working at the shopping mall, then, or you're not doing a business, then life is gonna be very difficult for you. Like, how true is that?
It is true, actually. It's very true. You know, there are job opportunities, but
Yeah.
there are few. You would find like little opportunities to work in such places. So if you're not a business person, like business minded, if you don't work in the mines, then life is gonna be hard for you, like you said it.
Yeah, of course. So how did you manage to overcome all the peer pressure? I believe maybe you had friends that decided to start working in the mines or doing something else, but you just concentrated on education. Like, how did you manage to overcome all the peer pressure?
You know, growing up, even when I was like playing around with my friends, there were times I separated myself. So sometimes I wouldn't just feel like at home with them. You know, I would feel like I don't belong there.
Yeah.
Growing up, I had a lot of friends, and you know, sometimes when I would hang around with them, I would feel like out of place. You know, so I think that helped me to like stay at home alone and just focus on my school.
Yes.
And I had people like I looking up to.
Yeah.
People I would say like, now these people, like, they have made it in life. You know, they are there. They are getting there in life. What about me? Can I like get there and even like be even more than them?
Yeah, exactly. Because like it's a situation where you have somebody that you're looking up to, and you know to say if that person can do it, then I can do it as well. So it gives you that boost and that courage to be able to concentrate on what matters. And like I can give an example. Like when I was growing up, I had a lot of friends that were smoking. Some of them, they were drinking alcohol. But again, we had people in our compound that separated themselves. Like they just became different, and they managed to get 6 points, and they went to UNZA. And instead of focusing on the people that are just within your circle, you begin to look at those people that made it and said, okay, I'm gonna concentrate on those people instead of focusing on my surrounding. Yeah, so like for you to overcome all the peer pressure, focus on studies, I believe that it gave you a lot of courage and a lot of boost to be able to focus on. So like I can give you an example. Like for me, also in Bauleni, I had a lot of friends that were smoking, some were drinking, but I had to focus on those people that were doing what is more important. So I believe you've got something that you can even add more, like from your childhood as well.
So, like growing up, like at the same compound, right? I would say I had friends on each and every like house.
Yes, yes.
Like my neighbor, the neighbor,
Yes, yes,
just
yes,
like
yes.
that, right? So we were growing up together. Like we used to do crazy things.
Yeah, yeah.
Play football and
Yes, yes.
do all that. But there was a time I I believe that was after I wrote my grade 7, right? We had to move.
Yes,
So
yes.
we moved from the place where like I grew up from
Yeah.
to like a new place, and there it was more like isolated, right? So I had no friends there. I think I made new friends when I like moved to a new school, because like I did my grade 7, okay, like my primary school, and
Yes.
like my secondary school, like at different schools, right? So I had to move to a different school, and I made new friends from like who were like close to the new place I moved.
Okay.
Yeah, so those people, I think the same people, like they helped me to to be better.
Exactly.
Yeah, like some gave me competition, because I don't know, like I've grown up like a person who likes competing, right? Like if somebody in class is doing better than me, I like being on top.
Yes, yes.
So it's I don't want to put it as competition, but I just like being better than
Yeah,
the
yeah,
people
yeah.
around.
Yeah, exactly, because like there's what we call positive competition. It's not in a
Yeah.
negative way, but positive competition, because like it helps you to become better. Okay, because the same thing happened to me. Again, there's something that is so awesome about moving from.
Like one place to another.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly,
exactly.
because you end up knowing different mindset of people.
Yeah.
Because me, after I moved from Baoleni, then going to Nyumbanga Secondary School, I found a lot of guys that were into school,
Yeah,
like they
exactly.
were studying. So now it gave me that, I can say, that morale also to start studying more, to begin to compete with them, because I had a friend of mine, his name was Chibesa Kunda. Fred, he was very intelligent, a brilliant young man, and also another guy by the name of Victor. Those guys gave me competition when it comes to school. So, like when I see that they are getting, 6 points, they are getting good marks, it was a booster to me to also study more, to focus on education more. So, yeah, there's just something that is awesome about changing an environment.
The other thing is, because I moved, right? So I did my like junior secondary school,
Yeah,
like there, and then after 2 years, like in my grade 10, I had to move back to that same place again,
yeah,
and I found like all my friends, like all my childhood friends,
yeah,
they had changed. Like they started smoking,
yeah.
drinking, like just doing all these like crazy things,
Yes, yes.
and like I just found myself that
How
I
did you
can't.
react?
Yeah, like no, like I can't be friends with them anymore,
Yes, yes.
because like our dreams,
Yeah.
desires, like they are not aligning.
Yeah. But there are those cases whereby you go to that particular environment, I mean, your old environment, then your old friends see you, then they'll be like, Ali Chinjom guys, he doesn't want to play with us
No,
anymore.
like
Like, how did you?
I was finding time, because like most of them like stop going to school,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So I sometimes I would come back from school, and by I believe by then we had load shedding,
Okay.
so maybe at night we couldn't have like electricity, right? And I could go and sit with them, just to have like a chit chat with them,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
just to make them feel like, still our friend, but I wasn't really their friend. Their friend.
Yeah. Okay, so now let's try to dive in. I'm gonna ask you some important questions, especially just on the things that you have just outlined. Like, what should we do in a situation where you are made to choose between your priorities and your childhood friends?
Uh, I would say go for your priorities. Because friendships, well, like friendships, like they start and end.
Mm-hmm.
Like every single day we find new people. Like we know new people, we know new things, and staying at one place won't help you grow in life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I believe like the more you know new people,
Yeah.
then the more you know more about them, the more you learn new things, right? So if you if you like outline yourself in such a way that you go for your priorities, I believe you're gonna grow more, because
Yeah.
like that you find new people who are going to challenge you, like to get there.
Yeah. Yeah, very important point. Very important, because like there are a lot of people that are failing to move on in life based on their childhood friends. Like how we munandi twalikula bonse filia,
No,
you know.
that shouldn't limit you.
Shouldn't be a limitation
Nah,
factor.
no, friends. No, actually, I don't know, like the word friend. So it comes from like a Greek word, means love.
Okay.
So you like you have to look at the people you call your friends. Like, oh, so they love me. What are they doing to me? Like what kind of things are they doing to help me grow in life?
Exactly.
Yeah, are they pushing me? Like, are they challenging me to get better, to be better? To get there in life.
Yes, yes.
So you gotta see,
Yes,
and
yes.
if you don't see none of that in them, you gotta change places.
It's something where like you know to say this place where you are, this environment where you are, it's not going to help you in any way, and you keep on staying at that particular place. There's nothing that's going to change in
No,
your
there's
life.
nothing.
Yeah, it's like you are doing the same routine over and over again, then you're
Yeah.
expecting results.
Yeah.
Like there won't be results
No.
unless there's a change in routine. Okay, you cannot be feeding the same things and you expect different results. There's things that you are feeding yourself, those are what become your outcome, those are what to become your results. So
Exactly.
yeah, I also believe that if you know that you have got friends, and this group of friends that you have are not challenging you in any way, either academics or either business, okay, friendship, relationship, if you see to say they do not add anything in your life, it is better to move on.
Exactly.
It's better to change friends. Okay, it's better to change friends. Like no hard feelings
No hard
about it. Yeah,
feelings.
no hard feelings about it. It's better to change friends. Okay, so you had to move now, like overcoming all the peer pressure, in your environment from Chingola, then you found yourself in Russia, how does that make you feel?
Very good.
Yeah.
It. I feel so blessed, man.
Mhm.
I feel privileged to have come this far,
Yes.
because nobody in my family actually have like traveled this far.
Okay.
I'm the first one, so I feel so special.
Mhm. Are you guys all smart in your family, like your siblings?
Yeah, of course. It starts from my parents.
Okay.
All crazy. Like they are crazy smart.
Okay.
That's the only thing I would say.
All right. All right, that's very, so like you guys just inherited,
Yeah.
it's genetics.
Yeah, but intelligence, like intelligence is
Yeah.
not, it's not genetic, but I would say yes.
Yeah. Yeah, but there you find that the levels of IQ is different. You find that okay, this other sibling, okay, they're intelligent but not as smart as you are, or just like, or maybe you're not as smart as the person is.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but
I would put it that
in
way.
general, like you are all smart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. It's awesome. So like what are some of the things that have changed in your life right now where you are in Russia? Like what are some of the things that have changed?
So first of all, I'll say my mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, right now I relate to things differently than I was back home.
Okay.
Maybe because of like its age, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like 3 years older than I was back in Zambia. But and the second thing is, uh, I think the way, you know, just the way I am back home. I used to be, like a social kind of a person. Like everybody, you know, I would socialize with everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, but here I choose, you know, I'm choosy, and I usually like engage myself with people that push me there to get to my, you know,
To
to my
go.
levels, yeah, to my
Yeah.
goals. And I think the way I look, if you look,
Yeah.
if you see the pictures, like the old pictures, like the way I was looking,
Yeah.
hey, bro. So I would go. So yeah,
Yeah. The mindset, yeah, like I think also apart from the mindset you can talk about your perception, yeah, which is your mindset, but in a sense that how you see the world becomes different now. You
yeah,
see, you used to look at the world, like a small thing. Like you used to think as if, no, okay, this is just Bauleni, or this is just Nyumbanga, this is just Lusaka. But then you realize to say like there's more to the world. The
exactly.
world has a lot of things to offer,
Hmm.
and I think this is some of the things that a lot of young people need to realize to say there is more life, there is life beyond what they worship right now. Okay. Yeah, in the sense that there are a lot of people who just think as if just because they're doing better in their locality where they're coming from, like in their local area, so they think they've made it in life.
Yeah.
But I think life has more to offer if you can just open up your mind and just look for those opportunities. And I believe that a lot of things in your life is going to change. So you talked about your mindset changing, okay? And I believe this has to do with your upbringing and also education combined, okay? So I'm going to ask you some of the questions that has to do with education, okay?
Hmm.
Does education change someone's perception?
Yes, it does.
Okay, in
Come on,
what sense?
come on. If uh you like, if you take a look at, and like those people in streets, like
Mm.
the you know, those people who roam
Mm-hmm.
on the streets, and somebody who has been educated, you know,
Mm-hmm.
somebody with a master's or like a PhD,
Mm-hmm.
there is like, you know, that they're thinking, like the way they relate to things is just like way too different.
Okay, but is it possible to be educated and still remain an idiot?
Yes, we have those, a lot of them.
Okay. So like it's about what for you to be educated but still remain some like stupid, still an idiot. Like what causes people to be like that?
You know, you, for instance, you are educated, right? Like
Yeah.
I know in school they don't teach us how to handle money,
Okay.
but you know, just being educated yourself, you know, you're gonna differ, like there's something that is going to differentiate you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that thing is going to like broad up your mind. It's going to like boost up your mind to think more,
Mm-hmm.
to relate,
Yeah.
you know, because like the challenges in school, they help us to think. And
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
like, so when you go into like the society, and you start working, perhaps you start having money
Yeah.
and all that, you know, it's like education is going to help you to uh you know, like to know how to like handle
Handle
life,
certain
like
things.
yeah,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
money,
Money.
yourself,
Yeah.
you know, you bring out yourself to
Yeah.
people, like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
all that thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Because like we have some people that are educated, someone who's well educated, but they still lack certain principles, still lack certain morals. You find that they drink, they overdrink. Some of them smoke carelessly. You know, to those kind of people, like to me personally, it gives me, okay, this view that education can pass through you, but not you through education, you know, in a sense that it is possible for you to have data that is related to a certain field that you are doing, but you still lack emotional intelligence. Okay, like how you relate to emotions, how you relate to people around you, because there's some people cannot stand certain people. Like I cannot stand this kind of the person. Like we cannot have a conversation for an hour that is meaningful, but this person is educated. I mean, this is the reason why we have people that are CEOs that work in companies, but they still do certain things that are not right. Okay, it is like human nature in us. So, like, I believe that education is something that is very important, but there's also another type of education where people really have to relearn what they learned already. Okay, so I'm going to ask you three questions, the last three questions. Okay, yeah, last three questions. No, but these questions are just general questions. Okay, just to check your viewpoint. Okay, how you see those matters. So the first question is what is trending? Okay, so there's this trend which is about
One got it 100.
exactly, like can 100 men conquer one gorilla?
In my opinion, in my opinion,
Yeah.
if they got people from like the Copperbelt, from Copada,
Yeah,
like maybe 50 of them, if they include why I said they include Makitu,
yeah.
you know, and like back in the days we used to have some like games,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
machondos, right?
yeah.
Uh, and then those people too, like I believe we can, but
Okay.
nah,
It's anyway.
and
It's an opinion. So the guys on the copper board, they can manage to
of
to conquer.
bro, like Copperbelt is Zambia.
Okay, it's a city. I mean,
We
it's a
no,
country of its own.
it's Zambia. If Copperbelt wasn't there, Zambia wouldn't have been on the on the map.
Like where it is.
Yeah.
That's an opinion. Okay, this is something that is good, but I'm gonna ask you about musicians in Russia, especially in Moscow. Okay, you pick one, you drop one.
Okay.
Okay, are you ready?
I am.
Okay, Aeronautic and Genesis. Who is going and who is remaining?
I'd pick. I'd pick Genesis.
So Aeronautic is going.
Is going. Yeah.
Okay. Um. Beach and or your vet.
I'll bet more than Josh. But the thing is songs I've never related to them.
Okay.
Even beach unders. But okay, I'll pick your vet
Okay.
because of friendship.
Okay. Friendship should come first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, all right. Then okay, interesting. This one is about you. What is your last advice to people that are watching you right now, especially the young people?
To the young people, anywhere, anywhere you are, I would say never give up on your dreams.
Mm-hmm.
You know, once you set something in life, you say, I wanna be a doctor, I wanna be an engineer, I wanna be a lawyer, a pilot. Anything you said for yourself, a dream, don't give up on it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, every day when you wake up, pray about it.
Mm-hmm.
We have an answer in God.
Yeah.
He's always listening to our prayers.
Yeah.
So pray and never give up on your dreams. Be you. Never dream or wish to be someone else. No, be you. Do like do everything or do things that makes you happy and that helps you to be you and not
Yeah.
somebody else.
Thank you very much, Mr. Blessing.
All right,
Really
man.
appreciate you. It was
It
nice
was
having you here.
it was an honor being here, man.
All right.
Thank
So,
you.
all right. Thank you very much. Guys, make sure that you follow my YouTube channel, Innocent Bwalya. Follow my Facebook channel, Innocent Bwalya, and also follow my TikTok channel, Innocent Bwalya, for more episodes like this.